kidnap, and the experiment begins. The streets of New York City were unusually quiet that night. The usual cacophony of car horns, sirens, and chatter seemed muted, as if the city itself was holding its breath. Somewhere high above, the Sanctum Sanctorum's ancient spires glimmered under the moonlight, the protective wards humming faintly in the night. Inside, Dr. Stephen Strange sat cross-legged on the marble floor of his meditation chamber, eyes closed, mind attuned to the delicate balance between dimensions. He had been meditating for hours, focusing on the ebb and flow of magical energies, when the first anomaly appeared, a sudden blinding streak of light across the sky. Strange's eyes snapped open. His senses, honed over years of training in both the mystical arts and the dangers of the multiverse, immediately detected the disturbance. The light wasn't just bright, it pulsed with intelligence, scanning the city as it descended. Before he could react further, a massive alien ship, sleek and covered in iridescent plating, pierced through the clouds above Central Park, its landing sending shockwaves that rattled windows blocks away. The ship's hatch hissed open, and from it emerged a creature of impossible geometry and shimmering crystalline surfaces. Its name was Zugron, a warlord from a distant galaxy known for his obsession with creating hybrid beings, combinations of local species and his own advanced alien biology. He had traveled light years not for conquest, but for the perfect specimen, Earth's most powerful sorcerer. Dr. Strange barely had time to summon a shield before Zugron's appendages shot out like living wires, piercing the magical barriers he conjured. Strange leapt into the air, his cloak snapping behind him, but the alien was faster, stronger, and more precise than anything he had ever faced. Within seconds, Zugron had deployed a transparent energy capsule that enveloped Strange completely. The air shimmered around the cage, and strange hums filled the chamber, an eerie symphony of alien energy and distorted magic. Strange struggled against the field. "You underestimate the power of the mystic arts," he said, voice strained, but the alien's technology responded instantly. The capsule adapted, nullifying every incantation, every hand gesture. It was as if the sorcerer's own spells were being absorbed, analyzed, and repurposed by the machine. Zugron's multiple eyes scanned Strange's body, sending a pulse that probed his molecular structure. "Fascinating," the alien murmured, his voice a chorus of metallic tones. "Your neural patterns, your magical resonance. Perfect for my experiment. Soon, you will no longer be merely human. You will be the first of my hybrid creations." Inside the capsule, Strange felt a tingling sensation spread from his fingertips to his chest. His vision blurred as colors and shapes began to warp around him. His skin started to shimmer with iridescent hues, reflecting the energy of the alien machinery. His eyes elongated, taking on multiple iridescent facets, and his limbs began to feel as though they were no longer fully his own. They could bend, stretch, and interface with the capsule's machinery. He realized, with a jolt, that Zugron wasn't just experimenting on him. He was merging alien technology with the essence of his magic, creating a creature that could potentially wield both with terrifying efficiency. Strange's mind raced. He had fought interdimensional demons, eldritch horrors, and rogue sorcerers, but this was different. This wasn't a being with rules he could predict, it was an entirely new species in the making, and he was trapped inside it. Still, Strange was never one to surrender. Using the tiniest residue of magical energy he could muster, he began probing the alien technology, learning its rhythms, its weaknesses, its logic. Zugron, engrossed in the extraction of magical energy, did not notice the subtle shifts Strange initiated. Tiny, almost imperceptible sparks of counter-energy began to form around the capsule's edges. Strange's mind raced, calculating sequences and incantations faster than any human or alien could follow. Then, chaos erupted. The capsule, unable to fully contain Strange's magic now mixed with alien energy, began to pulse violently. Lights flickered, alarms blared, and the machinery within Zugron's ship shook as if sensing the struggle. The first real cracks in Zugron's meticulous plan began to appear. Strange could feel the alien technology resisting, but every pulse he sent back disrupted Zugron's calculations. For a brief, surreal moment, Strange's body transformed further. His voice deepened and reverberated unnaturally, echoing multiple times within the capsule. His limbs could stretch through the cage's energy field, briefly interfacing directly with the alien ship systems. Sparks flew as he hacked alien circuits using a combination of magic and alien interface abilities. Zugron hissed, multiple appendages flailing in an attempt to regain control, but Dr. Strange's hybrid abilities were now a formidable match. Outside the capsule, the streets of New York shook as the ship emitted a low, resonant hum. Passers-by, alerted by the sudden earthquake-like tremors, watched from a distance as the park glowed with pulses of blue, purple, and green energy. The alien machinery flared and flickered, and Strange's hybrid form surged with both panic and determination. He realized he couldn't stay trapped, not if the alien intended to complete the experiment and erase his humanity entirely. Gathering the full force of his will, Strange focused on a single precise strike of magical energy, amplified by his partially alien body's interface with the ship. The capsule buckled and twisted, energy cascading like a miniature aurora inside it. Zugron screamed, a sound of multiple harmonics, trying to stabilize the experiment, but the alien underestimated the sorcerer's cunning. As the first chapter of this epic struggle closed, Dr. Strange's mind raced with possibilities. He had survived the initial transformation, had begun to turn the alien technology against its creator, and was learning to merge his magic with his new alien capabilities. But this was only the beginning. The experiment had escalated into a battle neither fully understood, and Strange knew one thing for certain. Zugron would not give up easily, and New York would soon be the battleground for a war unlike any the city had ever seen. And somewhere deep inside, Strange felt a spark of dark amusement. Even in alien form, facing the universe's most dangerous experimenter, he thought, well, this will make a great story later. Chaos unleashed and the alien battle. The capsule shattered with a deafening burst of energy, sending shards of alien crystal and magical sparks flying across the sanctum. Dr. Strange stumbled, half human, half alien, his new iridescent form shimmering under the chaotic lights. Zugron roared in frustration, his crystalline body reflecting the vibrant energy pulses radiating from Strange's magic alien hybrid aura. Outside, Central Park had transformed into a battlefield of light and sound. Trees glowed with unnatural colors, fountains erupted with magical energy, and the city's skyline flickered as the alien ship systems strained under Strange's interference. Strange's partially alien body allowed him to interface directly with the ship. He reached out with elongated limbs and sent pulses of magical energy, overloading Zugron's technology. Zugron retaliated, sending out swarming energy drones that hovered like jagged stars, firing concentrated plasma beams. Strange dodged mid-air, spinning with a blur of magical shields and alien reflexes. One beam struck a nearby building, sending bricks and debris flying, but Strange used a quick telekinetic wave to shield civilians and redirect the attack toward the drones. The drones exploded in bursts of violet energy, cascading sparks into the sky like fireworks gone rogue. The battle escalated further when Zugron unleashed his tentacle-like appendages, wrapping them around the park's lampposts and tearing them from the ground. Strange countered with chains of glowing magic, twisting around the alien limbs and forcing Zugron back. Sparks of alien technology clashed with blue and gold mystical energy, each strike sending shockwaves through the park. In a sudden move, Zugron activated a massive holographic projection, a phantasmagoric army of alien warriors, each shimmering like crystals, appearing in multiple dimensions around the city. Strange realized they were projections, illusions powered by his own fear and the aliens' psychic manipulation. With a deep focus, he tapped into both his magical training and his new alien abilities, projecting a counter-reality, bending the illusions back onto themselves. The phantom warriors collapsed in blinding flashes, and for a brief moment, the park was eerily quiet. But Zugron was not finished. His body glowed ominously as he absorbed energy from the broken fragments of his ship, growing taller, more formidable. "You cannot escape me, human-alien hybrid," he boomed, his voice echoing across the city. Strange's response was a grin, glimmering eyes reflecting the alien light. "I'm not escaping. I'm rewriting the rules." With a sudden burst, Strange leaped into the air, twisting his alien-imbued form to generate a cyclone of magic and alien energy. The winds tore through the park, lifting broken machinery, alien debris, and even fragments of Zugron's projections. Zugron countered by splitting into multiple crystalline shards, moving with impossible speed, but Strange's instincts, both human and alien, kept him one step ahead. Each strike Strange delivered was a fusion of alien strength and mystical precision, a hybrid technique no being in the universe had ever witnessed. As the battle raged, New York's skyline became a cinematic battleground. Skyscrapers shimmered under energy pulses, clouds above glowed with swirling magical storms, and street-level chaos erupted as people ran to safety. Strange's magic formed glowing runes in the air, each one detonating with alien-infused energy to disarm Zugron's drones and projections. Finally, after a pulse of concentrated energy, Strange managed to shatter the alien central control core hidden within the ship. Zugron screamed as the alien technology around him imploded, shards of crystal and plasma flying in every direction. Strange, fully mastering his hybrid abilities now, grabbed the alien warlord and hurled him into the collapsing ship, forcing Zugron back into a containment stasis of his own making. The energy settled, leaving the park glowing softly in the aftermath. Trees had minor burns, fountains had spilled with strange energy, but the city was alive, still standing. Strange, now fully back in control of his body though still shimmering with alien-infused power, landed gracefully. The fight was over, for now. But he knew, somewhere in the galaxy, Zugron would recover. And next time, the stakes would be even higher. As he surveyed the aftermath, Strange allowed himself a small, wry smile. He had survived the experiment, merged his magic with alien power, and turned a near-apocalyptic battle into a victory. But the city would never forget the night when Dr. Strange became something more than human, and fought an alien warlord in the heart of New York. Victory and the return to humanity. The remnants of Zugron's alien ship smoldered across Central Park, casting eerie, multicolored reflections against the towering skyscrapers of New York. Dr. Strange hovered in the air, his iridescent, alien-imbued form radiating a calm yet overwhelming energy. The battle had pushed him to his limits, every ounce of his mystical power fused with his newfound alien abilities, but he had emerged victorious. Zugron, now trapped within a containment stasis of his own technology, thrashed and hissed. The alien warlord's eyes blazed with fury, but Strange had anticipated every possible escape. Using a combination of magic and alien interface, he reinforced the containment field, ensuring that Zugron could not threaten Earth again. Even as he stood victorious, Strange felt the alien powers within him begin to pulse uncontrollably. His body shimmered with iridescent colors, fingers stretching and reshaping on instinct. He had to regain his human form before the transformation became permanent. Channeling his deep knowledge of the mystic arts, he conjured a mirror-like dimensional portal, reflecting both his human essence and alien energy. Slowly, meticulously, he drew the alien infusion out, condensing it into a contained energy orb that hovered above his palm. As the last remnants of alien power withdrew, his body reverted to its original human form. Robes flowing, cloak snapping behind him, eyes returning to their normal emerald hue. Yet, he retained subtle marks of the battle, a faint iridescent shimmer on his hands and a lingering hum of energy when he channeled magic. A reminder that he had faced an unimaginable threat and survived. Looking around at the park, now littered with broken drones, shattered crystal, and glowing runes fading into the night, Strange allowed himself a small, wry smile. The city was safe, the alien menace contained, and he had mastered powers no human, or alien, had ever wielded together. For a moment, he reflected on the lesson of the night, that even in the face of overwhelming alien technology and impossible odds, human ingenuity, courage, and determination could triumph. He whispered quietly to himself, "Earth is ours to protect, and I'm still its sorcerer supreme." As sirens approached and the city began to recover, Dr. Strange turned toward the horizon, feeling both human and something greater. The battle was over, but he knew that the universe would continue to test him. And when it did, he would be ready, a master of magic, a survivor of alien experiments, and a hero who had faced the impossible.